Monday. Let's see what kind of garbage they put in this week. Limited car race. Stupid. It says car settings allowed, but you can't do anything to the cars. Because when they put set cars, they won't let you change them. See? You can change the tires, that's all you can set. So it's a stock car race. They've screwed up their tuning system and they know it, so they won't let any tune races go anymore. Got some good cars though. The best one is even. It's gonna be the NR or the Nismo, probably. Let's see what the leaderboards say. Nothing. Nobody's hit it yet. Yeah. Nismo. Somebody busted it out. Pagani. It's a good car, but it's crazy. A little bit of everything. Everybody's getting lucky with a little bit of everything. Wall riding probably with these times. Some stupid BOP races. We can let you mess with some stuff though. So stupid. Take out high speed on a high speed track. Just don't understand who sets these. They obviously don't play the game. Now here. Change the cars yet? Nope. It's definitely time to buy if you don't have these cars though. They still got them in the right order you want to buy them in. The Ferrari, the Nismo, the other Ferrari, the Ford, and then this one. Can't get this one anywhere. This is a good car. You can't just go buy it at either the dealer or the used car thing. After using a broken controller for years, this new controller is touchy. Buy another 350. That's over 3 months a day. Build the 350 drift car. Swap engines, no parts. Oh boy. There's a heck of a swap for it though. I like that. What? Switched them. Just tweaking out. Let's see if this one does it. Yeah, it's tweaking out too. That's weird. They put the, usually when they give you the side skirts, they come in as other. Nothing too funny going on. Fade on it. So probably want to go with this. It's the major line of the car. So what you do, go to the bottom of the angle that you're looking for. Oh, this controller's touchy. And then rock it back until the lines are straight together. With the angle that you're going for, even though that the point is moved, it still stays the same. So you don't have an overly sensitive controller like this. Let's see. Get it set. Usually I do the door because it gives you a bigger picture. Just rock it back. That will give you your fade angle. And I take it, back it up, and square it up off of a straight line on the car. It's touching on one corner. Most of these cars are built crooked, so, or the sticker comes on the page crooked, so you always have to align it, because if you don't, your fade will be funny. It'll be too much on one side, not enough on the other. It won't match, and you will be able to see that. That's square. So after it's square, do not hit your triggers. You will rotate it. Camera is That's left 1, and then bottom, and then left 2. Oh, wrong one. What is it? Is it the other one? Yeah. Okay, so it's R1 is your camera zoom and movement. Back it up. Pull it to the back of the car. Of course, set the angle and the depth to max. And now is when you have to choose. This is where you set how much fade that the car has. If you leave the sticker how it is right now, and just widen it up so it fits the car, you don't have much of a fade. It's a real short fade. If you want to put a real long fade on it, you expand it all the way out. The further you expand it, the more fade it has. And see, it's covering the whole car, but that doesn't matter. And then you pull it back. You can see it's lighter in color, and the color change is longer throughout the car. The bigger you make it, and you can only go that big. So that's as much fade as they'll let you have. Back it up to your line you set. And it never comes out perfect either. Always set it on it or just a little bit past. Sometimes I'll put a band around the car if it has a door trim like that, like on a Porsche. So I would set that one there. And it's white, so this is where you got to check it. Because if you sometimes on a short car like this, you can fade it too much. And what you want to do is back out to your paint and go to a metallic. Because when you paint a metallic color, it shows you a candy. Yeah, it's got to be a candy. It shows you truly how far your fade is the best. Because sometimes you can fade it so much, and this is almost that case. You can see behind the rear fenders where it's still blue, and that's all your preference. It's still a little blue there. Come back to your decal. Push it forward and back it up. Depending on how you want your fade, you can back it all the way up, push it forward, give you a real short fade, and then you can have a true two-tone color. And of course, you can change whatever color you want on that. For now, this won't, it's never, I always end up changing this. This would be a good example of the fade. Back it up, stretch it out, see how the fade's growing. It's getting lighter at the front. If you back it up, so you can almost fade your color right out. Shorter cars, you just got to use less fade to have a two-tone. And you can even move it up to the front of the door, but you really got to stretch the fade if you're going to do that. But now, so you know where your fade is, and you back out, go back to your paint, and when you change the paint to a regular color, you're not going to see that fade. You'll only see it where it's most dark, but it's only when you put on a candy color that it will, you know, make it a tricolor even. You can see. But if you were to go to black or something dark, it's more color. It's not as dramatic as a fade unless it's a candy. So that's way too much fade for this car. Back to decals. Camera where you can see the car. Move it. I'm going to shrink it because I don't want that much fade. I only want a two-tone. I don't want three-color car. And most of the time I will put the edge of the fade there, but this is probably going to be a solid color car, so I'll push it to where the color starts coming in on the right above the top window, about there. And I always like to do a little one on the front as well. It says R1, moving the camera in your zoom. And this is the same process. You want to find your angle. Go ahead and add your layer. Well, no, you want to be above the car when you add your layer, because that's where it sets your pointer. When you set the pointer, that's where it's gonna, it's not only the area that it applies the sticker, and you have to do this because it's something about how their system works. You can't set it on the side and then come around to the top. It won't work. You'll be doing it, it'll be completely jacked. So you've got to come to the top of the car. Always when you're setting your body fades like this, top of the car. Need more coffee. And it's the same process. After you're at the top of the car, you can do whatever you want. So this is not much of a nose, so I only want the fade to go like this. From the tip, because you gotta watch. Unless you want to put a fade on the hood too, which is, it's hard to get them to match right. I mean, you can do it, but it takes a lot of fooling around to get it to work. So it'd be like from this corner to a little above the license plate, like this. So you can put your pointer in here while you're here and rock it up. Get it square. Pull it, push it forward because the car's backwards. Rock it down to where you want it, and then hit the button at that point. Your fade, your angle of fade is set. So you hit the button and go to a fade. I just have this one pinned because I always use this one. It's the same thing. Got to come back, square it up with something. I say square it up, I mean look at the sticker, find something straight on the car, make sure both sides of the sticker where it's touching, whatever you choose to gauge off of, is touching equally, not like this. You can't put it like that because your fade will be different on one side to the other. It doesn't matter if it's centered, it just matters that it's straight. So that's it. At that not touch those triggers. Same thing, pull it back. Front of cars are different. You can't push fade it. So we're going to set the limits. Angle and depth max always when you're doing this. Back the camera out so we can see what we're doing now. On a front fade, you want to shrink the sticker, and then you go left trigger, and it's weird because you use the right stick at this point, holding the left trigger, and you just push forward to get it across the car. And then to the right to expand the fade. Now, this car doesn't have much of a nose, so like I said, it can't be much of a fade. You can grow it normally by releasing the left one, push it a little bit both ways. Now you can see that it's touching the front of the hood. And that's where I want to stop, because I don't want to mess with putting it like this up on the fenders and then having to apply another sticker on the hood, another fade, because you'll never get the angle. I mean, you can get it right, but it's a pain in the ass. So it's best just, if you're going to do it, just stop. But you've got to have a short fade on the front, because the way that you'll see the fade after the car is painted, unless you just barely want any color on the car, you could expand it. So that's going to be good for me. Might pull it back a little bit. See, we set it at the license plate to the corner of the car. That's what sets the angle. I'll push it a little bit more, because the darker the color will change how that is. And then you come in here and pick your color. Let's go with pink for now. Go back and check it with your paint if you want. You got an idea what color the car is going to be to start with, because I'm not. I have to play with it too much. These color shifts make it different. Let's see, even see when I've changed this white, my rear line is not right. It's too far back. No, I don't abandon. It's okay. Go back to decals. And wherever, of course, it puts the marker where you're on, which one you're on. Come to that one. You don't have to be above it when you adjust it. It'll just adjust normally. Move it back up. Push it up to the top of the car. Fade into the door. You can kind of see away from that door handle's the best place to see it right now. There's a line. When I push it forward and move it back, you can see the hard paint line. You want that with a line close, really close to it. So that's good. Front. Now see, because this is the light color, that front one, and I don't really want it moved much, but you can tell by the license plate. Remember, we have this set up to the Nissan logo here, is where the paint line was set. So I'll push that a little bit to get more color. Actually, if the car ends up being lighter, there's going to be a little bit of fade on in the hood line when I change colors, but you won't see that in another color. You can see that the color line is just right here now, and then from this point forward it's just fade. Depending on the car color, you may or may not see this. It's just on a lighter color that you will. So that's pretty good, except for that. Don't do no dumb shit like that. You just gotta make it bigger. Wrong sticker. Not enough coffee. Just move it and just make it bigger. And it takes it. Make sure it didn't move. It did. Making it bigger moved it. Back it up. See behind the door handle. See the hard color line. Bring it up to the door handle. Or a straight line or something. You can even push the door handle a little bit. It's just because when you change different colors, it's hard to do this, because when you change colors, it'll show a line above the window. If you push it too far, a hard color line rather than just fade. So that's good. And I usually put one on the wing too. And it'll show whatever color you paint the car on the tips of the wing. So this is a little more tricky. I usually don't go with what the wing looks like. I go with the part that holds the wing to the car, whatever you want to call it, the stanchion, or so usually I'll pick about the middle, and I'm going off the back line of the stanchion. This I just try to match that with my angle. So set that there. But of course you have to be on top of the car when you set it. So this is kind of a guessing game, because you can't see it as you're setting the angle. Oh. Rock it back. Probably something like that. Fade. It's the same thing. I'm going to have to change color. I want this to go the opposite way, which just changes the way, because when you set the sticker and you change it, your movements are different. To go usually backwards is forwards and forwards is backwards. It's the same thing. Square it up. Both your sides are equal. This car is pretty decent. The stickers have been falling. On a curved surface like that, because it's curved at the back, you kind of got to be more towards the center to have it right. Because if you're off over here and you do it, see, it's not square. So you've got to come to the closest to the middle as you can gauge. But like I said, it looks pretty good how it laid on the car just by itself. And now this is another spot where you do the L1. Well, hold on. Always set this first. Set the limits, set the depth. This will make it so that the top of the wing and underneath are the same. You can just put it on the top and have the wing be the body color, but that would look silly to me. But you can do whatever you want, and you would adjust that with your depth. If you don't adjust the depth up, it won't go through the bottom of the wing. You'll just have to set the sticker, swing around under the wing and look, and then that'll show you, if you need to add or take out some depth. And I'll show you that later. Usually when I'll put a sticker on the side of the wing, it will blur down across the top of the wing. So you have to back the depth and sometimes the angle and the depth back out. But anyway, for this we're setting them to 10s, and then we will, just like the front of the car, this is an L1, and we will grow it, not extend it. I mean, you got to extend it some, but we will grow it sideways first, so that will be enough to cover it, because this is going to be a short fade. And then push the other one and grow it out. And this, of course, sets your fade, and then move it wherever you want it. I didn't get enough angle in it, I can already see. Push it back because I like this to fade a lot. Now, look at the side of it. The tip is the body color. The rear is the paint. This is where I was talking about the depth. Let's screw with it real quick. That's how you would have it only on the top and not on the bottom. But I like it to match. Like I said, you can do whatever the hell you want. Get on the side and adjust it one way or the other. But I always try and keep that hard body line, the hard paint line, which is a few inches away from the front of the wing, closest to the rear window. You can see it's away from it. I like to bring it up to where it touches. That just leaves the tips in a fade. It actually needs a little more. Because it's round. So like that. That freaking back one is really strong on a dark color. Depending on if it's a light color or a dark color, you'll want to move your decal. Well, we're going to go with the dark color. So I'll back it down like this. If it was a lighter color, I would leave it where it was. So there's just barely any in the way. So we'll back that up just a little bit. About there. A little more. See, it's kind of doing some weird stuff in the middle, but you won't see that after it paints it, after you apply it. Sometimes you will, sometimes you won't. You just have to look. That's usually because you haven't set this. That's good. Something easy, license plates. Just get it to the front, get it square. Never set it with an angle because it makes it look funny for some reason. Where So I always have wrecked. Wrecked in the front, wherever it's at. You go through and delete a lot of stickers and get some new stuff. I've been through them here these last couple days and really haven't seen anything with the crap. Find it. Bring your camera in. It's R1. License plates never come out right. There's like 2 guys that makes license plates. They do a real good job at it. They make some neat ones. But the corners of the license plates is what you'd want to look at. And you hold L1 and stretch it until it fits and your corners are covered. That's all that's really important. I mean, I look at the square line and try and match it as best as I can, but that's not really important. I'm more looking to cover the corner, because when you're in, not that a lot of people do replays and stuff that I do, but when you're in doing stuff like that, then that's where you see, and it looks funny. All right, there's the front. You're on to do the back. I don't think I have a Z. I don't think I have a Z license plate. I think I have Zoom. I need one that says Turbo. I think Mazda Zoom, but whatever. Same thing, even though it's a black plate on a black thing, just center it as best as you can. The corners are good, it's good. Zooming. Now the fun part. Deciding the theme of the car, which, I mean, it's totally up to you, what you like, what you think is cool. Most of my cars are Monster Energy, raised wheels. I've done a couple weird ones like Freddy Krueger car. You just gotta have a theme in mind. Unless you're like NASCAR looking cars, then you can just slap every freaking thing you got on there. Look like a nut. But I'm more of a drift street car look. So let's see what we're gonna make this car. These are the latest stickers that I've come up. These were the only good ones that they had. These ones here. The last 2 times I went through 100 pages of stickers. These are the only good ones I came out with. A lot of these are old. I've had a lot of these stickers for years now, and some of them are getting taken down, and it's even worse when they get taken down, because it causes conflict with your storage. Because if the owner of the sticker, whoever made this sticker, deletes it, then it disappears off of your car, and you won't even notice it sometimes. I just figured this out not too long ago. So when you see funny stuff like that happening to your cars, that's exactly what happens, and you'll have to repaint, rechange everything. It's a dark car. Kind of get the same grouping, and see, like this one I never use because I don't have any matches to it. It's hard to, usually the same person, if you see this, it's like Slayer Fixed, this Rob Star, usually if you go to the person's page that made the stickers, or up, because you can upload anything you want. I'm just not smart enough to do it. You got to scan it in on a computer. I mean, you could put a picture of yourself on your car, as long as it passes the whatever they inspect it to make sure you're not doing anything too screwed up. You can't put naked ladies or any of that. You can get dang close though. This is definitely going to be a drift car, so we want a drift theme for this car. I guess I'm getting ahead of myself. Not that it matters, because you can move these layers, but this is usually where I'll put in, so I've got the base layer, the fade. This is where I'll usually start throwing stars or hexagons or different patterns, overlaying what is existing. For instance, something like this. Set it over there, match it with your line, grow it out. Run it down the side. When you're setting these things though, you gotta watch over the top of the car, because when the stickers move from the side of the car around the top side of the car, they tweak out, stretch, and do crazy stuff. And you've got to always get in there, and like, if you see by the wing how you back it off of the other layer, but you can only go so far, because see, it starts backing it out of the fender and you lose image. So I kind of, if I was to be setting something like this, I would set it there and then go back and move it a little more and get it adjusted, because it'll stop at that line. I'll put it however you're going to want your thing. See, it stops it at that angle. But this is, I don't know, I guess this would be alright. Blue, it's got a blue color to it. See, now it's doing something funny on that fender. And really, I would not use this, because how those back lines are coming up, that's probably why I've never used it. Well, those back lines are coming up, if you can't hide it, then you have to be able to match to it. See, that would be okay. It's got a little spot, 2 little spots above the light. You might be able to take out with depth. No, it actually took some of the sticker with it. There were 2 little dots right here projecting in the light. Put them the back. Now they didn't show back up, but it's weird. Every time you set it here, you'll set your angle or your depth, and then you come out, and sometimes it'll change. So you've got to double, triple, quadruple check. I just don't like this sticker really, because trying to have to match. If I was going to set this sticker, it would be like this. That way it's not rocking up on the body, so I wouldn't have to come on top and add in the same sticker and try and line them up, which is a pain in the butt. It can be done, but it's a pain in the butt. Push it a little bit more forward to cut that little piece out of the wheel well, and that's good. Then duplicate symmetrically. We'll make it exactly the same on the other side. And if you just accidentally hit duplicate on other side, that's when you come here and you'll flip it horizontally. We don't want to do that, so we'll flip it back. So that's good. And we'll put some stars on there. Got a couple different patterns. These have got an over underlay, which is two different stickers together. It doesn't matter what color they are either, because you can change the color of them after you put them on. I got some gold ones here. You can see through. I don't want them that way. So this is only for one direction. So I need to cancel this, delete it, which is triangle to bring up this menu here, and go to the other side of the car. When you're dealing with stickers, that when you put it on the car and it's facing the wrong way, as long as it's only a pattern, words you cannot do that to. If the sticker has words on it, you can't flip it like that. You can't add it symmetrically. You have to duplicate it, because it'll put the sticker on reading the words backwards. So we're going to put that same sticker on this side of the car where it'll look correct, going the correct way at least. And then when we duplicate it symmetrically, when it goes to the other side of the car, it'll be right, because there's no way to flip the sticker for some reason back to front. You can turn it upside down, but you cannot spin it the other way for some, or at least I don't know how. I'm not that good. But got it on the right side of the car. Throw some of these in. How big is that? It's a pretty big sticker. You don't have to use the whole sticker. Holding left one, I'm going to stretch it so it'll at least be kind of the same size as the other sticker. Get some kind of a line going, an angle. That one star is sticking up really high, higher than I like it, but see that bottom line, the stars, is starting to come off the rocker. I really don't like that, so I'll just bring it down and bury those. That's probably going to be what it is. Make sure you're not too far where you got, yeah, see, funny star in the back coming under the car. Push it back. And there it is. So change the color. Set it to the color of your car. Come down here and pick whatever you want. Of course, this really sucks because my camera is in my way now. Most of the times I'll try and either match the color of the car or the color of the sticker that's next to it, which is hard because this is a fade. So we're just going to go with the color of the car. Alright, get the color, and you'll come over here and duplicate symmetrically. Bam. There it is. Stickers the right way. And that's how you set multiple overlays. And you can make them out of whatever you got, whatever stickers you pick. Stars, just geometric shapes are usually the best. You just start putting in stuff other than that, it gets too complicated. Too complicated for me to mess with anyway. So that's looking kind of cool. And you can always come through, and I of course do at the end. This car will not end up with pink or be black or have pink stars or any of this. Because I'll get a theme going and then I'll come back in and color match to the theme or to whatever I like the best, which is just coming back in and going right here to this little thing. Come back in there, decal color, go to color palette, and go through the menus down here at the bottom. It usually gives you the colors, which is good, the colors that you used last, so it'll kind of keep track, and you won't have to go down to the charts and zip through them and try and find out where you're at. But for a pink car, it's looking pretty decent. Just I don't have pink stickers. I guess I do. I got some Toyo stickers. But I doubt the car is going to be pink. So, just let this run for a minute. I'm going to get some more coffee. And I'll be right back. More coffee, more coffee. Alright, so yeah, like I was saying about this, the adding your own stickers or uploading your own stuff, the instructions to do that are on the Gran Turismo website, I believe. It may be the PlayStation, but it's either on PlayStation or the Gran Turismo website on how to do that. Which somebody really needs to start uploading some good stuff. There is a lot of good stuff. The guys that do the license plate, I mean, that's a pain in the ass making those. And they do a good job at making them. But everything else is just, it's just up to you. What do you like? Alrighty, so we've got some overlays. Now, this is, the other stuff is easy. Your window thing, your banner. You can even change the color of this to the color of your car. So to do that, come to a solid pattern. It doesn't matter which one. You just grow it out. Or you can fade it or whatever. But sometimes they limit you to how much you can do, like this. It's stupid. So being it's limited, I'm not going to put one on there. But that's how you would do it. Of course. Let's see, I usually have the and I will enlarge it, but then it starts, you get to the point where it starts growing out of it. That's where you bring in left one and you expand the sticker size. You're not growing the size of the sticker, you're expanding the original size. And since we're limited, it's only going to give us to this point. And then I can bring it, I'll max it out. A little bit more. Where it fills the image or the space that they give you. And that's good. I don't remember how, but I used to know how to fix that, but I don't remember anymore. So, that's easy enough. Mirrors, you can put the same fades on the mirrors as you have on the paint. That looks pretty cool. It's hard to do because the mirrors are such funny shapes, but it's the same process as applying the front fade. Well, now we got to figure out what this car is going to be. Got some pink stickers, but being that the car is pink, you won't be able to see that. But luckily, these have a white outline, which will make the sticker visible on the same color. And I'll make the sticker a little bigger. Expand it with L1, and you can also expand it the other way with L1. And when you do that, if you notice, as I'm doing that, it's matching the curve of the wheel well better. Because how it was originally, which you just push in on your right stick, click it, it brings it to its original size. See, it doesn't really match that wheel well. You would have to shrink the sticker, and that's up to you. If you want a little sticker, I grow them and see how it's making it weird now. by holding left 1 and pushing up, growing taller. Then I will move to the right and stretch it until it lines up with the wheel well better. And of course, sometimes you got to cock it with your triggers, get it lined in better. And now here is the next thing to watch. You've got to watch the curvature of the wheel well on this. It's pretty flat through here, but if you get up into the car like this, it'll make it look funny. See, it's already turned it, tweaked it. As I bring it back into its original position where I had it, it's turned and tweaked. So I always bring them close down to the wheel well and try and stay off of the curve of the body line. Like that. So just a little bit good. A little bigger. Grow it both ways to keep that curvature. And you're not going to get it perfect. Unfortunately, this only, you can only go so far. So that's a huge sticker. But it's good. Now we'll duplicate that on the other side, right here in the middle, air control. Because if you were to duplicate symmetrically, it would be backwards. So duplicate it, and then every time you duplicate it, most times the cars are different from one side to the other, and that's just how they're made. It's just something you got to deal with. So you'll have to push the sticker and get it realigned. Of course, check it. It's pretty good. Oh, yo. So we'll try and just make this a raised car. Usually kind of go with the same thing, but you don't want to just. Well, I mean, I guess you could put a huge sticker on like that, but you don't want your sticker too big because you'll be covering up all your overlays. So it's the same process. Kind of get in line with all your angles. And every sticker you set, you've got to keep your angles in line. You got to look at how much space you're working with from the bottom of the car to where you're going to have the sticker end. Is how you set that. So I'm kind of looking at behind the front tire. I'm setting the line from under the front tire to above the back tire. And then I'll L1 and stretch it to whatever I think looks good. You can go nuts. I'll usually throw in another sticker or two so I leave room. Keeping in mind body lines. See, look at this rocker. See how that's coming out a little bit on that rocker. It needs pushed up on that ground effect. Bring it back down. Looks good. Dupe it. It's fairly decent where it landed, so I'm not going to mess with it. On to the next. Throw in the old Logitechs. You can do whatever you want. If you're going to put it back here, I would leave it flat. Put it out in the car. Got to match the angle of this. So I'll get them close. If you can line them up. I'm looking at the H and the L at the bottom of the line. And I Usually gets you pretty close, and then put it where you want, and then grow it. Adjust it to where you need it. Check your rockers. It's not too far down. You can bring it further. Not too bad. But you got to keep in mind of the shape of the sticker. This Logitech G sticker is that's a big G. It's not as big as the L. When it goes to the other side, that G is going to be all down in. I'll show you. It's going to be all down into that ground effect. Yeah, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be, and it's actually just barely on it. But usually you'll run into problems there. But you can see it's a little bit turned. It got off angle a little bit, and probably because of what I was just saying, it realized it was going to hit that, so it turned it a little bit. I'll just get it back on angle. Looks pretty good. On to something else. Things I always do, I always put I got a driftt sticker. It's got running spray paint somewhere. Got a white one and a black one. There it is. There's the white one. I always put mine up here. Sometimes I'll go with the line, and sometimes I'll make it cockeyed, just to stay with. You can bring it down, perfectly line it up. You don't have to do that every time after you do it. I mean, most people aren't going to see that it's not straight, but somebody like me would be like, hey, shit ain't straight. Since this is a wide body, you gotta watch that fender. Push up into that fender, it'll distort it. Put it up over here. Watch around the top of the car. Because this has those little speckles. See, they'll go up in the top of the car and distort. Usually the corner of the sticker goes up there and distorts. Another way to kind of check it is look down the side of the car like this, and just that'll show you. That's usually when you see it, if something is off angle. How this is right now, the top two are okay. That Logitech is a little bit skewed. It needs to come up. But this one's easy. I'm going to leave it here. Stretch it out, do whatever you want, make it over the top of that. It's pretty fair. Straighten it up, dupe it, adjust this. I'm actually going to shrink it. It's not doing anything funny on the fender or the top of the hood. And it's good. So now that you know what your theme is. So we know this is the race car, of course. You got a million race cars. You got to kind of carry that on. I mean, you don't have to. You can leave a blank hood and a blank wing, but I'll usually transfer the main theme to the hood and the wing. And that's easy enough to do. But considering I've got these weird overlays, I'm not going to do this blue thing, but I will take the star pattern and we're going to throw stars on top. That's good. Go to the hood. Keep it on the top view so it doesn't look funny. You'll distort the stickers if you are setting them crooked. I mean, if you can distort them evenly, it's fine. But if you do one and then do the other, it comes out jacked. Where's the gold stickers? Alright, so we've got the gold stars. And of course, you gotta look. This sticker is made to be on this side of the car going this way. Back here, stretch it. I don't need a million stars up there, it just needs some. You don't have to put it there, you can move it throughout the whole sticker and use the end. Yeah, see this, because this end looks better. It's got a couple ones with holes in them. Just kind of line and go through it. It's probably going to be like right there so that there's not too many hanging on the edge. Expand it. That's all with L1. L1 is the ones that try and center that over that hood thing. And that's it. And then I'll dupe it. Now, before I do that, I'll set my color. That way, when I dupe it, I don't have to go in and then set the color. If you get the first sticker set in color and angle, your angle limit and your angle depth, when you set the other sticker, you don't have to go back in and fix it. I always forget to do that, so when you see me painting, I'm constantly going back in fixing it because I'm too retarded to do it the first time. So that sticker's good. We'll duplicate it symmetrically. It landed pretty good. So that's good. We'll throw the main deal on there. Put it straight, cock it, triggers, whatever. It's way too big. So bring it down in size, and then I'm going to expand it with L1. And I'll usually try and fill the hood mostly. Stupid little hood latch, it's going to screw with this. Check it like this sometimes. Most hoods you can't see it anyway. Raise, you can do everything. You move your Logitech up, move your Hoonigan. I don't like that one. That one's way too big. I gotta fix that. Shrink it down. That's more appropriate. It was just way too fat. Looks good. If you're going to put something on the front of the hood, it's best to get the car flat like this. Throw a bail side or a Liberty Guac. Here's my bail side. I'm just going to make it bigger than the thing itself, but I'm going to shrink it with L1. It doesn't need to be that big. If it didn't have those tips, I would leave it. Bring it in. I'm going to push it to the bottom of that outside of that sticker. It's got those funny tips. Now it's off center. whoever made this sticker didn't really get it centered right. It's pretty close though. There we go. Now that this is only a one color sticker, it doesn't have a border. Like the race sticker has a white border with a pink sticker overlay. You have to make it yourself. So you'll leave this one white. And it's done. So you back out. And you'll go back to it, and you'll go back to triangle, and you'll do it here, which is going to set the exact same color sticker right on top of the sticker that you just laid. So here's that sticker. Now we change the color to the color we're going to go with. And it's best to get zoomed in at this point, because when you start moving, will you stop it? Go back to it. Get zoomed in on it. Your freaking controller will. Oh, I'm already back as far as I can go. That's why it's giving me hell. All right, so this is the pink sticker. And only because it's words, I zoom in like this. What did? Oh, I moved it. Right. So I have to move it back because I was an idiot and moved it. Usually when it lands, it'll be like that. You won't be able to tell that there's two stickers there at all. So how I do this is the same, is shrinking it with L1. Hold L1, I'll go a little to the left, just shrink it that way, and then I'll pull down to shrink the top a little bit. And this is just all preference, how much you want. So, yeah, and if I like it straight, like it is right here, right now. But you can pull it with the left stick and offset it. And give it a different, deeper, depending on how much fade and what angle you're looking at the car. You've got to keep that in mind. If you were on the right side of the car, it would be like this. If it was on the other side of the car, it would be like that. But being that it's in the direct front, it just needs to be centered somewhat. I'm not really looking for an offset angle. I just want a border. Because if I was to paint this car pink, paint the hood pink, that sticker would disappear. Like all the stars that I've got on the car would completely disappear if I painted the car pink. That's why you have to put a background in. And that's all just how I paint them. Because I don't know what color they're going to be. I'll go through and flip. After I get all the stickers on, that's when I set the color of the car and all the colors. Most of the time I'll put either black or white. That way I can see the stickers that I'm laying better and get them lined up the best. So it's coming around. It's a fairly decent looking little car. Something up here. Make sure you're on the right freaking part when you go. This is where you start being like, oh, I'm going to put this on the side, and then you'll be in hood still, and you go through and choose a sticker, and then you got to back out, come over here, diamond, delete it. And this is also where you move a layer. If you put a sticker on and you're covering something up you don't want it to cover up, you'll move it right here. And then after you push move, it's going to give you a menu, and then you just cycle it through here to get it to where you want it. Alright, let's see what else. I usually put the pink kind of car or on body. Add a little GT7 sticker right in here somewhere. I like this pink one back here. It's kind of a distorted fade color. It's way too big. Come on in. Finding home. Keep in mind that this is a wide body. This is going to have a curvature and will distort in different spots as you're putting it on. I think I'll put it on the wide body. Keep it off of the side of the car. Just like that. It's a word, so you can only dupe it. Look, it landed pretty decent. It needs to push forward a little bit. Boy, those reflectors are going crazy at that angle. They only do it right there at that distance. Alright, it's coming over the back of the fender a little bit, or the back of the wheel well a little bit, so I need to push it forward. And it's just the haze of the sticker. See, it's got a weird kind of hazy ring around it. It really gives it, oh, that was a bad. Yeah, if you ever jack up, just circle out, bend in it, and it'll land it right back where you started. That's probably the most important thing I can tell you. If you freaking come in here, jack it up, and then you can't get it lined up, just back out. Right back to where you started. Shrink it down a little, move it forward a little. I'd rather it be in that reflector. In there, back out. Didn't shrink it too much, it's okay. Moving on. Let's put, what kind of seats has this got in it? Caro or Sparko? You stop that. Trying to look inside the car. Doesn't have any name brand seats. We're just going to say it's got Sparkos in it. Or Recaro. We'll use the pink Recaro sticker. That I have. Kind of matches. It's kind of the same. Kind of the same deal. Same color. This could go anywhere. Just keep in mind, curve of the car. This is a pretty round car, so it's really not too important. You know, the sticker holds itself pretty good throughout the curve of the car. But if it had a body line there, as soon as it hit that body line, it would go nuts. It's not bad, but I like to stay with the flow of the car. Stay with the body line if you can. Seems to look best to me anyway. Stretching out, patting him up. Looking good. Old doopy. Okay, now here's a good example of stickers moving around, doing whatever the hell they want to do. The other side is nowhere near here. So you've got to adjust it. Just bring him up a little bit. Back on the body line. Good enough. Let's throw some stars on the back of the car. We can remember where they're at. stuff on the back of the car, and you only want it on the back of the car, always start from the bottom. That way it'll hide whatever you're not trying to put up in there. And at the same time I'm setting the sticker, I'm just trying to think, when I dupe it to the other side, if it's, you know, you don't want to dupe it when you're here, because then it'll crisscross each other and you'll have a big glob. You've got to keep it away from the center or exactly on center. But if you got it on center, it's too noticeable. If you dupe it, you can lay two different ones so it's not the same, but most people don't notice an underlay of stars or anything like that either, so it's pretty easy just to dupe it. Keep it a little far away. I'm going to make these white. I'll overlay them with pink ones. This one's good. It's white. It's offset. We don't need to mess with the depth or anything. This one can just be duplicated symmetrically, which puts an exact copy on the other side of the car. So now I'll back out of here, come to the first original one. Get zoomed in. Well, it don't matter. You need to be here. Oh, you need to actually be zoomed in. Hit it. No, you don't hit it. You diamond, triangle, dupe it. Choose that sticker. Zoom in. Now, change your color to, if you wanted the original color, you would just go to the right and restore the original color. But these were gold, doesn't match the theme, so. And then same thing, shrink it, L1, hold down a little bit, push to the left a little bit, line everything back up for a perfect overlay. So I might have to stretch them back out a little bit. Now these can be offset. It's the back of the car, it doesn't really matter. You'll still see that it's stars. The only one I'm really trying to line up is the one with the star. Because the ones with holes are different than the ones with solid stars. So those are really the ones you want to be looking at when you do anything like this. It's pretty decent. I like that. Even though it's pink. Just got to kind of play with it. Set it to how you like it. I think that's pretty good. Color's good. It doesn't need depth or the other thing set and gold. So dupe it symmetrically. And of course it changed colors. Or no, it's in the wrong spot. So here's that sticker. Now here's where I was talking about moving layer. So you grab it, go up, and hit it. It doesn't show you on screen that it's moving. It only shows you in the menu. You just have to know it's moving on screen. But good enough. So back to the body, back to the back, the main logo, which is the rays. And this big license plate pit will really jack a sticker out. It's not too bad though, really. It's usually bumpers. When you have a car with a bumper and it lays across the top of the bumper, it really messes it up. too big. Well, stretch it out across the whole car. The license plate is really blocking it. It may just need to be a bumper sticker. Stretch it. So you can see how it's going in the pit of the license plate thing. That'll be a little distorted. But let's see how it's all jacked. And it's crooked. Turn it so it matches and then back it down. Now it's going into the exhaust ports a little bit, and that'll look jacked. So I'll shrink it up a little more, get it out of that. I think that's good. The old Liberty Walk on there. Playboy Liberty Walk, there it is. Put it up here. Bunny's ears right in between the stanchion. One bunny ear is going to go under the wing, but that's okay. And keeping in mind with the theme, I'm going to make the first one white. No, oh, okay, these move. Just going into that license plate pit a little bit. See it. See how it gets in there and distorts. Just raise it up or shrink it. Kind of getting in the Nissan emblem, which I don't care about too much, so I'll just down shrink it with L1. That's good enough. Stretch it out a little more that it's shrunk. Makes it fit better around the stanchion anyway. So white underlay is what we're going with. It looks good. It's ready to dupe. Back out. Triangle. Dupe layer. This is a white sticker. You gotta remember it's there. Change the color of this one now. Get zoomed in. L1. Moving to the left. One down. At the back of the car, so it needs to be a straight. This one actually it actually moved a little bit when it laid the second one. It's not too bad. That's pretty fair. If it was just pink, it would be completely invisible. I mean, you could make this with it any color. I mean, you can make it white now, or black would be, which was the original color. But just so it has that underlay for when you paint it. If you were to paint the car black and you don't have that underlay, that sticker disappears. And you only have to do that to the ones that don't already have it. Like the Rays one, the Rays has the white. We'll just leave it black. I think it looks best. If I leave it on there. Yeah, see how the Rays has the white border? That's what I'm talking about. It's got to have a border. See, I didn't do these stars, and I'll do that now because they need a background because you can't even see the ones that are back here. That's what I was talking about. They just disappear. You would paint the car pink, all of them would disappear completely. And I got to do the hood too. So you'll get to see how to fix it after you screw it up. After I get back. I gotta go to the bathroom and drink some more coffee. Alright. So, if you don't originally know, I mean, if you know what color the car is going to be, if you're artistic and know how colors work together real good, you don't have to go through all this. You'll know the color of the stickers you're laying. But since I like to make different color cars with the same logos, I've got to put backgrounds on all these stickers. So if you're an idiot like me, and you put stickers on the car, and you don't realize it till later, and you got to go back in, that's a good thing about this, they made it easy to be able to do it. You want to start from your original sticker. Always start from the original. First one you laid is what I mean. Come back in and you'll dupe it. And it already automatically puts you to the duped sticker. But where that sticker lands is sometimes different. So now I've got a dupe sticker. I can go back to the original and change the color. The white background is what we're going with. You can do any color, black, whatever. Left one. What's going on? Choose the move. Left one, a little bit left, a little bit down. Actually going to move the whole sticker to the left and up a little bit, and it's good. Ideally, you should be able to dupe that and transfer it, but you already have another sticker over there. So sometimes I'll go and just delete them and then come back and dupe them. But right now I'm just going to go to the other sticker on the other side, which you've got to pay attention to where your pointer is, because I mean, if you're right here, you don't know that you're on the left side of the car or the right side of the car, because see, it's two different sides of the car. I'll come to this one, and chances are this is probably the better way to do it, because chances are you've probably moved this sticker a little bit, and for it to work out right, you would do it like this. So choose this sticker, go ahead and paint it white, or whatever color you're doing, whatever your backlay is. You can have a black backlay on under white stickers or whatever. That's good. So now we'll dupe that. Go into this one, set its color, pink on top, white on bottom. Zoom into it. Go into move. This is L1. We'll shrink it a little bit. That's down, and then to the left. Shrink it the other way a little bit. They all kind of have a little something. Doesn't need moved. I'm happy with it. Now you can see these stickers, the stars that are in the back, that you couldn't see before because they're on a pink car. Some of them are kind of jacked because they're hitting the wheel wells and stuff, but it's good enough. So now when you paint the car, if you were to paint the car all pink, you'll be able to see your sticker still. All right. Same thing with the hood. Did the veil side, but didn't do the stars. So square it up. Go back to your hood. Back to the original sticker. Just paint it the bottom color. Out. Triangle. Dupe it. Top of that one, come back, change your color, and leaving it how it is, right where it lands, it does shrink it just a little bit. You can see just a little bit of a background, and you can leave it like that, and it'll be fine for changing the paint. It'll stand it out enough where you'll be able to recognize it, but I like it a little bit more. So I'll go in L1 to the left a little bit, and down a little bit. Gives you more of an offset kind of background, so that's good. This one is symmetrical, really. I'll just do it the way I've been doing it. Come in, change the color to white. That's the background. Back out. Dupe it. Triangle. Dupe it. You're on the dupe. Change the color back to the top color. Okay. Zoom in. L1 to the left a little bit. Down a little bit. Oh, too much. You want it to kind of match. This, but nobody will ever be able to tell really that it doesn't perfectly match. So now you've got an outline on all the stars, or all the underlays, whatever you've done. What do we need next? We need some wing. We'll hit the wing. You could throw some stars, you could throw whatever. I'm just going to go with the rays. Usually I like to build a whole wing, so stretch it. You gotta really watch wings. A lot of them are curved and funny. Distort the sticker. Look at your corners. Make sure it's lined up. This one's a little crooked. Straighten it up. See, because it's got those dips, how that wing rolls, gives it a little distortion. Alright, you can see here's a great example of laying a sticker that needs its angle or depth backed out. This is depth. But on a curved wing like this, it may eat up some of the sticker, so you gotta watch as you're backing it up. You gotta give it one click at a time. Make sure you're not losing any. See, it just lost some sticker, and it's still just barely poking out on those stanchions. Sometimes you can take it with some angle. Most of the time you have to move the sticker completely. The angle did it though. But if you would have to move the sticker, you would just move it more towards the rear windshield of the car, get it away from the stanchions, and it'll take that out. But that's good. So set that back out. It's good. Check it all the way around. No problems. Of course, to do the underside of the wing, get low, look up. You want to be looking up at it, not flat where you can see it, because it won't lay the sticker right if you're flat. You've got to be looking up. Put something underneath of it. Of course, if you were to have laid stars or something on the wing, if you would just push the depth up, whatever you put on top would show on bottom, and it would be the exact mirror of what you put on top if you're trying to do something like that. But DK, stretch him out, fill it up. You want to rocket all the way up to the edge. There's so many curves in here. This sticker is fighting. Sometimes they will not lay right. Okay, so there it is. Try and push it all the way up to the edge of the wing, as far as it'll let me. There we go. That's about as good as that's going to get. Make sure there's nothing poking through. You don't have to back any depth or angle out. That's good. Something on the side of the wing. These always need screwed with. Put this on there. See how it's going into the stanchion already? Keep it how you want it. Just put it a little bitty right here. Don't let it roll under the bottom. Creates more problems. Try and keep it on the flat surface. Shrink it down if you have to. Keep in mind when you flip it to the other side what the sticker is. This is a perfectly rectangle sticker, so it's not going to cause any issues. Alright, I'll put it on. It's not doing anything funny now, luckily. So there's no reason to adjust any depth, or we'll just go ahead and push it up. See how it's on the underneath side now? Which is fine because it's only doing that, but it's backwards. So it looks silly. Same thing with depth. Push it through the depth that it usually will come through. It's just in the spot. It just happens to be in the spot where it's not coming through. So I just dupe that. It landed pretty good. I'm happy with it. It's not distorting, so it's good. Now see, there's something, a little bit of something there. No, I don't know what that is. It may be from the Playboy sticker, but I don't know. It's not that high. There's just a little corner or something. Maybe it's this. Yes, it is. See how it makes the whole sticker blink? And you can see that little bitty thing on the back stanchion on the left side. So, down here. Start backing it off. Oh, it's going to lose too much of it. So, there's the whole sticker. Back it off one time here. There it goes. It's gone. I don't see anything jumping out at me. Let's do the windows. On top of the car. It's only going to let you do the back and any rear quarter windows that you have. You cannot do the driver passenger windows. So come in here. Pick out whatever you want to lay on your windows. There's like, I have smoke, I have this. Just kind of this is an opaque decal. And you can lessen it up right here. How bright or whatever, because if you turn around and look, it's there. You've got to look out of that crap. cool. Kind of matches the blue. If you make it big enough, it'll stretch out to the other side, but it's actually stretching. And it's distorting into those windows. If you don't want it distorted looking, you'll have to do each window individually, but that's good enough. Throw the old GT logo on the window. As you're just making the sticker bigger with the right stick, you're gonna hit the borders. So to make the sticker bigger, it's just the same. It's L1 up or right, whichever way you're trying to stretch it. Get it stretched. Fill the whole window. I usually fill most of the window with this, but I'll leave room for other stickers because I always put YouTube underneath. You can check it in the back and see if you can see it. Other players will be able to see it, move it around, like shrink it up, move it up. People will be able to see what you got. If you want to do it like that, I don't care. Mine's more for just replays and stuff. So I try and film most of it. Good enough. Get the tube. Some chicks in the window. Anything you can get to distract other drivers as well, because when they see a car like, a car you painted, as you going by or getting close to them, they start looking at your car and they start fucking up. It's more of a distraction than anything, especially if you put chicks on there. Oh man, they'll just turn. And actually, the bad thing is when they see that, when they're turning, they start turning into you. Maggie in there. And I always try and make sure that the girl can be seen. It's really a huge wing for it to happen, but that's good enough. Little Frank on this side. Sometimes windows are really hard to find where the sticker starts. You just grow them out until you find it. And then stick a Frank in there. It's a small window, so I really can't do much with it. This chicken over here. I really want more. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this off the hood. And I'm going to put it on the body. Flat. Not facing. But now that it's like this, I won't be able to hide it behind the headlights like it was, so it's going to change. Probably just come to the corner of those headlight buckets. Fatten it up a little bit. Make sure it's not rolling down over the fender. And that's pretty round. It really doesn't. Yeah, I can probably pull it down some. There we go. Good enough. Back out. Dupe it. Change this to whatever color you're going to have. Make it stealth. A little to the left. A little down. Push the sticker back up. Too much. You could either go up or down on these. You could have it be like that. Above or below. But being it's a front facing, usually we're going to just kind of line it up and just give it a border. The controller will do what I want it to do. Down a little more. Push the whole sticker up a little bit more. A little more to the left. Sticker to the left a little bit, too much. Good enough. I don't even think I'm on the number of this car. Usually I'll put 11 on the top. Alright, good enough. I think there was any. Oh, you know what? That's where you change the. There's where you change the color. You can make it a 50-50. I think this is where it changes the, yeah, see, this is where it'll open up the whole thing instead of just the line. Let's do it black. After you do this, I think you can fix the decal or put decals on the side. You don't need an upper color. Just black. No, that's not how you do it. But that's how you change the color thing without putting a sticker on it. There is a way to put something on the outside of it. I just don't remember. Somebody showed it to me one day and I forgot all about it. It's fairly decent. I'm going to save that. It's black. Sure you at least put BLK, because if you just put B, if you get into situations where you're having problems with your memory and you're looking into your patterns and you see B, you'll have to load it and it'll end up being a blue car, or just try and keep some order of your save. I usually, like when I'll paint a color, I'll just label the whole color. If it's blue 8, I'll put BL8 or D8 or something along the line of that. Well, that's black and it's saved. Now we can start changing colors. Oh. Let's see, pink wheels on it or black wheels? It's the wrong paint. Overwrite that because I forgot to paint the wheels before I save it. And it's just overwriting the black file. Now when I come and paint everything, no, we're going to change some other stuff to it. Put pink mirrors on it. It's pink 9. Pink 9 is like Barbie Corvette. Paint the roll cage. I usually do the wing, the roll cage, and the mirrors all the same, and other if I can. That's up to you. 9 roll cage. Since I have a pink sticker, I would usually, like I said, do the wing the same color, but since there's a pink sticker on there, I want the black how it is. So now it's pink. Now I'll overwrite it again. And that car is done. Now for a color change. Get the body. And white is going to be a good one. Dark blue is going to be good. That's going to be good. Any kind of close matching, anything with pink color shift on a mostly pink car, you know, that's how you would go with these. Anything with blue, purple, since it's got a couple blue logos, you could get into some blue color shift. It's got too much red in it for me. Purple matches the stickers. Some dark purple flake. Like I said, if you paint the car pink, all your stickers are still there because you put in an underlay. You didn't do that. Those stickers would just, all those stars would just disappear. There's candy. See, my fade's just a little bit forward of the rear window, which is fine. Still a little solid pink in the front. Solid pink in the back. Blue 8, obnoxiously blue. Any of these blues are really going to be good looking with it. Fluorescent yellow and pink. orange looks pretty good. Thinking blue 5's good. What did I do? Oh, blue 5 large flake. That's what I did. So just by changing those few things, you've got a completely different car. So I'm happy with that. You can change the wheels if you wanted. Do whatever you want. White's probably best. And then after you've changed your color, you don't overwrite, you save as. And this is blue 5, large flake. And then do another one. Green is obnoxious. A player that had an OLED TV would be blinded by that. More of that. More of these fluorescents are pretty wild. I always usually do a black, a white, it's really not that great. For some reason, it's just not that great. TVR purple, it's decent. It's just got too much red. That one's not bad. Pink and purple. Let's do that one. Oh, why did it change the mirrors? Oh, that's okay. It's okay if you remember what color it was. Some different wheels on it. white throws it away. Always save as after you change your color. This is the color shift. I think it was purple. Let's see, the black one, the purple one, so let's back out of here. Apply this, and I'll go to Open Design. This is where all the cars you've painted and have saved are at. If your shit's not messed up, you'll be able to actually see them. If your storage is jacked, it's only going to say BLK or BL5F or whatever. Started with the black one. Check that one. To the showroom or the what is it? The Escapes movie. If you've done something wrong, this is where you'll usually find it. Let it circle around there a few times. Usually I'll just put it on this and let it run and look at it. Anything you've got jacked will really jump out at you here. Looks okay. Nothing real crazy. It's not the best one I've ever done, but it's better than the boring ass cars that most people drive. So I'll show you one more thing before we end this. So you do this, and you start getting really good. You can load, you save it to yourself, or you can load it to where anybody can have it. When you go and choose through libraries, it would be listed in the libraries if you were to do that, to load it. If you save it, it goes to your page, and you can set, well, when you do it, you set it now it's saved to my library. Now I can share this. And this is where you set it to who can get it. You want everybody in the world to get it? No. You just want your buddies to have it. You want people to be able to change what you've done? No. You can't mess with my stuff. And I would hit OK. For some reason, just gotta put something. This is loaded into my library. Now, if you are a friend, you can come to my page and pick it up off the page. Which I don't keep too many. I use because that takes up memory. I got a ton of memory now, but I usually don't do that unless it's requested. So you see a car I got you like, send me a message, I load it up, and take it off the page. But you got to be a friend, of course, too. That's how you do that. You just load it. It just loads it to where everybody can frickin' take it off the library page. Pick it up over here. In the showcase. This is where you get stickers. I mean, people do everything. Helmets, suits. This is where you get all that stuff. Styles. Decals. So this is what I sit and go through to find all the decals that I have. Just sit and go through all these. My collection. Content search. This is where you pick all that stuff up. Here's where the details are. I'll sit here, and this is where you can pick the stuff you're using. It takes forever to go through. Rarely anything's good. Most of it's a lot of anime. And a lot of it you're like, why is that there? A lot of these are put in stages. And they'll just put little pieces on to build overlays. And sometimes it takes hundreds of pieces. See, like there's one of them. It's a 3-piece. At least he's got his labeled. Most of the time they're not labeled and they're impossible to build unless you know who's doing it. Like these things. See, whoever this is labeled. Maybe they're getting better at labeling, but you got to piece those decals together. See, here's the face to that hair. But this is where you find it. Minotti crank. Minottis are cams. I mean, maybe they do make cranks too. That's cool. But yeah, this is just whatever, however you want. This is what you find. That's a good one to have. The PlayStation logo. Just try and avoid. Let's see if we can find some. These. I mean, these are cool, but it's a square sticker. When you're trying to do a whole car black with that square sticker, where that sticker ends, it's going to be funny. It's really hard to get it to work right. So I just avoid those, and I'll pick off things like this and make my own little design. Stuff like this is okay because it doesn't have a square edge around it. Instead of just logos and stuff, there's a cool HKS. And you can only hold so many stickers though. And that's the point that I'm at. I've got to get rid of stickers that I don't use to bring in new ones if they were good. There's more license plate guys. Let's look at all your themes, or you can just go and straight up get a temp search, get a library, pick your car. Load up all the libraries for that car, or there's another way. If you just hit it, you can just go through the mix of the cars people have done. And some of them are cool. No doubt about it. Some of these guys that build these cars like that, that build like real race looking cars are pretty cool, I think. Some of them get pretty wild. He's got so many overlays on that car. It's crazy. That would take hours and hours and hours to do. That's why if you want something seriously nutty like this, it's best just to pick it up off here. And when you go into it, it tells you, right? It won't let me move. Oh yeah, well, right here. Cannot be edited. That means you can't change anything they've done. If you want to find, if you kind of like what they've got, you want to mess with it, look for the ones that say can be edited. And then you can go into their stuff. This is where you would add it. If you like that car, you would hit on this right here. There's a way, maybe I'm on that. Okay. Go to the guy's head. And go to his page. His gallery. This is where you can pick out things that he's built. This would be the same thing you would do for me. You would just go to my page though. As a friend, you just go right to my page. But it's going to bring up this menu and it'll bring up all the cars that I have loaded out. This is where you pick those from. He may have cars from other people, just all of his different. He doesn't let anybody mess with this stuff either. He's a pretty good painter. He makes race more race inspired. Many other old classic liveries, whatever. Here's the Michelin. Here's the Martini livery. So that's how you do that. It's all. Get out of this guy's page. Go back to the content search. So you want a helmet. Or you can paint your own helmet. But this is where you pick it. It's probably easier to pick them off helmets or paint them black. I like the ones with the faces on them. Spider-Man. The guy who runs skull face. So you get those, and then everything else. Search and get a suit. Monster. Most of them are race, not too many. Some of them have funny things, like if you put that with a little head and you look like a little guy in your car standing on the dash. I think I've got a skeleton suit that's got a skeleton for my skull hat, for my skull helmet. That's where all this stuff comes from. So here's mine. These are all the ones that I've Ready car, Hooker car, Rays, Harleys, there's a Vagisil car. Most of my cars are all the same. Harley, Monster, there's a Freddy car, another Freddy car. It's just different colors of the same car. That's why I do it. Same car, a few different colors. It's not all the same. Ghostbusters car. That's all I have. These suits or helmets or anything like that. That's where you find all that stuff. And that's how you paint them. A lot of people have been messaging me asking, how do you do that? What are your buttons are you pressing? No. That's how you do it. That's all the buttons I'm pressing. I'll paint some cars and share them for all of us. Stop driving these boring cars. Let's see what we got. We got some money. Oh, this is from today. 5 stars. It's my $30,000. Nope. So it's not that stupid invitation. Yep, I knew it. Like I need another one of them. It's okay. Let's see what you even have to have. You didn't even know that they were so exclusive that they required a freaking invitation. You must have what do you call it? No, it's nothing special. And I already have it. I know I've got all these. What was the other one? Pretty sure I got all the Lambos. Yeah. Nothing special. That is a good car, though. That's the best Lamborghini there is. That looks good on the Pro. I know you guys can't see what I see. I'm so happy I bought it. I'm so glad I didn't listen to all the people saying, oh man, it's not worth it. It's this, it's that. It's worth it. If you play like I play, especially this game. I loaded up that F1 game just last night. That game is dumb. After playing this, playing something like that is like playing Mario Kart. It's so easy. And graphically, it's not very good either. At all. They said that there's some kind of pro patch or whatever for it. I don't see it making it wasn't good to start with. I don't know what they improved. They need to redo the whole game. I'm just too spoiled with this. This is the best racing game other than, unless you have Xbox. I think their Forza is comparable graphically, but how it drives, this is the top game as far as I'm concerned. I was excited, really excited about Evo, because I played a set of course. It sucks graphically and at driving. I mean, at least you can use a steering wheel. That's the only good thing about it. But now when it releases, it's not even going to be a game. They're going to release pieces so they can charge you a ton of money for every little piece. I think the first piece that comes out is 5 tracks, 15 cars. And they're not going to have another piece developed until the end of next year, next Christmas. And it's going to be 100 cars, 15 tracks. You know, what's that going to cost? I think, who knows? Because they like to, they're a shit organization. They want too many, put out too many little pieces. Buy this car pack, buy that car pack. No way. I'll stick with this. I paid for this, and they upload stuff fairly regularly. They throw in more cars. It's been a while since we've had a track, but I'm still happy with what we got. There's a lot of the game I haven't even touched on yet. I've had it for, God, I think I have 2,000 or 3,000 hours in this game. And there's stuff I haven't even touched on yet. So, but anyway, I'm going to cut this paint video off. That's how you do it. That's where you find it. So everybody start painting and sharing cars with your buddies. Stop driving them boring-ass cars. Be back on in a little bit. Get more coffee. Get the dog outside. He's probably ready to go. I'll be back.